No new leads have been reported in the last 72 hours in the shooting death of 11-year-old Amir Atkins at Falwell Park. But his death is placing a spotlight on safety at area parks.
Gordon Severson reports on how community groups are trying to provide protection. Gordon.
Yeah, this is the third fatal shooting at a local park in recent weeks. Though these events are rare, community organizers say they're seeing more illegal activity in parks. So that's where they need to be to reach these kids and set them on the right path.
It has been a lot of incidents that's been happening in the parks lately.
When most young kids visit the park, it's to play.
I can say,
but Muhammad Abdul-Ahad from Touch Outreach, a nonprofit that focuses on youth violence prevention, says some teens are also using parks to commit illegal activity.
it's a accessible space, it's a neutral ground, and it's easy, right? You know, it's a place where, you know, they don't have to worry about somebody telling them to leave.
He argues the best way to stop the violence is to bring more activity to the parks, like the big community cookout he will host later this month.
Bringing fun activities back to the park, you know, giving people a reason to come to the park, but to feel safe.
He also believes community groups like his need to focus more time and resources on city parks to meet the kids where they're at.
Some of them asking for positive role models because they don't have fathers. You know, some of these mothers are raising some of these young men to be young men, and they can't do it on their own.
Minneapolis Park Police are also putting more resources in the parks that need it the most. With 185 parks in the city, they have a lot of ground to cover with their daily patrols.
Based on the number of 911 calls and crime reports, so where things are being reported more frequently, we are spending more time.
Chief Jason Ohado says Falwell Park wasn't a park of concern until this week. They have assigned extra patrols just to be safe. He says law enforcement agencies across the metro are also sharing more information to stop the violence before it happens.
I think the key here, and what people should be focused on, is the prevalence of gun violence that's impacting young people across Minneapolis.
Now, Minneapolis Park Police also argue that the parks are still safe, with city parks averaging less than one violent incident per year. The chief says last year they saw around 100 violent crimes that were spread out across 185 city parks.
Thank you, Gordon.